please, 10 minutes to curtain. This is 10 Minutes to Curtain, episode 4, and I'm your host, Charlie Miller. Well, it's a new year and time for a host of new plays here at the Denver Center. In fact, I like to think of January as New Play Month for the theater company because we're producing 2 world premiere productions and preparing for the nationally renowned Colorado New Play Summit. There's a lot of new material to cover, so let's get started.
When a playwright writes a new play, it is hard for him or her to know how a play will be received until they can hear it out loud in front of an audience. Actors bring the words to life, and audience responses help the playwright understand what works, yay, and what needs to be fixed. In fact, most plays go through at least 1 or 2 reading workshops before they are published and produced on stage. Readings not only help playwrights refine their work, but they also showcase the play to theater companies that might be interested in producing it. Yay! There are a number of different new play programs across the country to help playwrights develop their work and theaters discover new plays. When artistic director Ken Thompson arrived in Colorado to lead the Denver Center Theater Company, he wanted to further the company's commitment to new play development. So he created the Colorado New Play Summit. This is the Colorado New Play Summit in plain English. It all starts with a new play written by someone called a playwright. Because playwrights have to eat too, sometimes they write plays and hope they'll make money on it later, and other times they are commissioned to write a play, which means that someone pays them in advance to write the script. So, there are all of these new plays out there, some commissioned by companies including the Denver Center, and others written independently. From this big pool of plays, the literary department and artistic director choose what they think are the most interesting and promising and offer them readings at the New Play Summit. Then they hire professional directors, dramaturgs, and actors to rehearse and perform the readings. The summit takes place over 3 days in February when professionals from all over the country come to Denver for a weekend of readings and other activities. The attendees catch readings of all 5 new plays and get to see the Denver Center's 2 world premiere productions, often plays that were read in the summit the year before. Other events include a panel discussion. This year's topic is What's Next for New Plays? And a Playwright Slam, where playwrights read excerpts from their latest work. Plus, there are a bunch of receptions and meals where all of the attendees mingle. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. How's it going? And enjoy delicious food. In addition to being a fun and exciting weekend of new plays, the Colorado New Play Summit serves 3 important functions. First, and most importantly, it helps playwrights develop and refine their work. Second, it is a testing ground for new work that might eventually be produced in Denver and beyond. And third, it brings theater professionals to Denver and puts the Denver Center at the forefront of new play development. While you may think that the New Play Summit is just for theater professionals, it's not. Denver audiences can buy a pass to all of the summit events and can also get free individual tickets to any of the readings. Check out denvercenter.org/summit for more information.
One of this season's world premiere productions that came out of last year's summit is Inana, Michelle Lowe's drama about the beginnings of the Iraq War. I sat down with Michelle and Inana director Michael Pressman and put it together in a segment I like to call The Makings of Inana.
Inana is about a curator from Mosul who comes to London with his bride, who he knows for 4 hours, with 4 mysterious suitcases. And it's how they come to know each other.
As they both try to save the culture before the Americans invade.
Is there something I can get you from out here? I haven't touched your things.
The idea for the play came from many places within me. I've always had an interest in looted art, stolen art. I studied quite a bit about the art that was stolen by the Nazis, and I was fascinated by this, that art is also associated with power, just as land is associated with power. And I'd always wanted to write a love story. That was part of it, too.
You know, the play feels so authentic. You would think Michelle was born in the Middle East, grew up in the Middle East, but in fact, you know, she's a good Jewish girl from the Yonkers.
It was very important to me that I get it right and that the play feel authentic. And to do that, I listen to my friends. I have many friends who are from that region, and I listen to how they speak, the cadence of their words. I listen to what's important to them.
I think it's about one's ability to transport themselves, and that's what Michelle has been able to do. She transported herself into that world.
I don't think
You meant that we're in our temporary home, because we're very far from where we live.
So often people from the Middle East, particularly men, are portrayed in our culture as being terrorists. And I didn't want any part of that stereotype. And so I tried to create a group of people from Iraq who had such pride and depth of feeling and such love for their country, for art, and could show it. As an artist, we have a responsibility to help heal the world. And I hope that this play is part of that. It certainly came from that.
The second world premiere production at the Denver Center this month is a new play entitled Dusty and the Big Bad World by Cusi Cram. The play revolves around a controversial episode of the popular children's TV series Dusty. He may look cute, but behind the seemingly innocent Dusty character, dirty politics abound. In this special segment of 10 Minutes to Curtain Investigates, I look for the dirt behind Dusty. The world of children's public television is usually a happy-go-lucky place. Silly theme songs fill the air and improbable characters populate the screen. Once upon a time, Dusty was no exception.
Dusty is the most popular children's animated show on PBS.
Dusty is an animated dust ball. He's purple, fuzzy, and he's made up of lots of little bits of everything around him.
I feel like his eyes give his emotions. He's got big eyes, so he probably has pretty big emotions.
Big eyes, big emotions, and a big political agenda. Director Kent Thompson told us what's really going on.
And Dusty, the TV show, the writers have gotten into trouble with the Department of Education because they featured a show with a little girl and a little boy who have two daddies in Massachusetts. And the funding is endangered because they've shown a homosexual lifestyle on children's TV.
It is my job as a Secretary of Education to take care of America's children, and I don't believe that public television should be private television that caters to people with specific lifestyles not condoned by most of the major religions in the entire world. I hope to have a dialogue with everyone, and we'll just sort this little Dusty out, won't we?
The Department of Education wants to sort it out, but the writers claim they've done nothing wrong.
He teaches kids to be good human beings. It's all about not judging people. It's all about being aware of all sorts of things that kids need to be aware of, and all people need to be aware of, about sharing.
But if Dusty teaches sharing, then why is he stealing the spotlight?
It's a bit of a tempest in a teapot, but you know, it's the culture wars, and so the smallest things can become the hot button issue.
How will this tempest be resolved? Will it just blow over? Or will everyone's favorite kids' TV show be turned to dust? Kent Thompson seems to know the answer.
Well, no, I can't answer that question. I don't have any comment about that.
Please, could you just give us a hint?
I've got to go to rehearsal.
The Denver Center has created a website about the controversy and is directing all further media requests there. Sources tell me the website will go live when the production opens in the Space Theater later this month. I guess we'll have to wait until then to have all of our questions answered. For 10 Minutes to Curtain Investigates, this is Charlie Miller. Thank you, Charlie, for that interesting report. And now we end this episode, as usual, with another edition of Your Turn. Next month, our focus will shift to Shakespeare's violent world of Richard III. Fight director Jeff Kent will show us some of the tricks behind the stage combat used in that production, and he'll also answer your questions about how to recreate a violent act on stage. So send in your requests. Do you want to learn how to kick someone in the groin on stage? How to fake break an arm? The best idea will be featured in the next episode, and you'll win free tickets to see Richard III. And that's all for now. Check out our extended interviews and bonus features online at youtube.com/DenverCenter. And join us the first Tuesday of next month for another new episode of 10 Minutes to Curtain. Don't miss New Play Month at the Denver Center. I'll see you there.